So Shattuck-St. Mary's is in the midst of trying to expand itself beyond the United States into other countries, going into various parts of Asia, China, Vietnam, Malaysia, India potentially, possibly into Saudi Arabia. And in that process, we've had lots of different meetings and discussions with different schools, different groups, different prospective investors as we look at creating new campuses in different settings. And it's been a wonderful process because we've been able to meet all kinds of people and hear about their interest in our school and in what we're doing and how we can bring what we have here to them in their countries. I'm reminded specifically of a meeting that we had in Beijing at Buggy High School. Buggy is a high school of about 2,000 students right in the heart of the Haidian district in Beijing. And they're interested in bringing Shattuck-St. Mary's there to create an international school there. So imagine being in an auditorium built about 30 years ago with about 250 earnest Beijing parents sitting in the audience, none of whom speak any English, and watching a presentation from the head of school, from me, about our school, and sharing with them all of the kinds of things that we do here, what our mission statement is, and how we are really developing young minds and while delivering high academics, also helping students understand their role in the world and the way they can make a difference. All of this being translated by one of our students who went to the middle school of that school some years before. So here I am in front of 200 plus parents with one of our seniors translating the work that we're doing here to them. And while he's translating, and I'm watching him, and there's a big screen behind me of our campus, I'm looking up at these parents who are earnestly listening to this young man, hanging on his every word, and I'm realizing that we are going to be bringing to their children an opportunity that is remarkable, that we're going to essentially change their lives in the same way we change the lives of our senior standing before them. And we're extending our campus into new areas. And then it hit me that 150 years ago, Bishop Whipple, in his horse and buggy, went from our campus all over Minnesota, opening up different churches and establishing parishes, spreading the word about what's going on in the Episcopal Church here in Faribault. And I got goosebumps just standing there realizing that, oh my gosh, yeah, I didn't take a horse and buggy to China, but we did ride in the back of the plane. It got pretty bumpy. And it was just amazing to think about how we've been able to carry forward through this effort to go international our school's ethos, our mission, our belief in being able to change the lives of young men and women, young adults. And that was very gratifying. More recently, we've been contacted by a consultant in Malaysia, and the Malaysian government is very interested in trying to be able to bring into the lives of their students across Malaysia an understanding of what does it mean to think innovatively, to think differently, to be able to go beyond the rote memorization that is so characteristic of their educational model. And this consultant has asked that Shattuck-St. Mary's come to Malaysia and bring its blended learning online curriculum to the country and work in these outlying areas of Malaysia with these students and expose them to our master teachers here and all that they have to offer through the use of technology, and in so doing be able to make opportunities for these students that otherwise would never have been available, and ultimately give them a chance to come to the universities here in the US. And so these are just a couple of examples of how we're able to take the strong base of what we have here, dating back to our founding through Brack and Whipple, and continue to expand. You know, at their early stages back in the 1850s, this was the frontier. And ironically, 150 years later, we're going to a whole new frontier, but we're going out into we're going east, not west. And in going east, we're bringing a whole new level of educational opportunities to middle schoolers and high schoolers that really they would not have otherwise had available. And that's pretty exciting.